Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick.
Well, outdoor events and activities are always at the mercy of the weather here in Ireland. However, there are many hospitality operations, businesses, schools and residential properties that have viable outdoor spaces which can be used for events. And that is where our next guest, Eoin McArdle from BILD Tents and Structures, can provide a solution. Eoin, start by talking to us about the concept behind BILD Tents and Structures and where the idea for the business came from.
How are you, Karl? Thanks for having me. Yeah, so initially BILD began in 2017 and it was really a collection of kind of very like-minded people looking to make a bit of a mark on the events industry. I suppose with working in the events industry, you're constantly learning from others and being introduced to new processes. So as the company experience kind of grew, we began to look at how we could really introduce the magic of live events into everyday scenarios. Generally today, we're effectively transforming spaces into experiences.
So what products and services is BILD offering today?
BILD at the moment is generally broken into three separate departments. So we've an events industry, or we've an events department which solely focuses on public and private events. So that would be anything from a public point of view. We'd be working in, say, the majority of the mainstream outdoor festivals, like markets, concerts, corporate events. And on a private side of things, we would service, say, weddings and anniversaries and the occasional kind of one-off events you might have at home. So within that, for the event side of industry, BILD kind of offer a lot of our specialty is effectively temporary tents and structures. So we'd have an extensive range of stretch tent marquees, staging, dome structures, say archways, all sorts of effective features that you'd see at mainly large-scale events. And then within the kind of private side of things, we'd have a lot more kind of fine-tuned options, such as bits of furniture, bits of lighting. Generally, so if you are celebrating your wedding, let's say, we've got the equipment and kit to deck it out to make it look as magic as possible. Outside of the events industry, we in the more permanent sector, we would have offerings for plenty of different types of semi-permanent structures, and most recently we've been moved into offering a lot more retractable options, such as retractable pergolas, retractable awnings, all kind of motorized options which are becoming more and more popular for different bars and restaurants throughout the country.
Of course, one of your main products is the stretch tents. What's the concept behind that and what's driving the demand for that particular type?
Yeah, well, I suppose the stretch tents are they're effectively like a modern day equivalent to the traditional marquee. They are, I suppose for anyone working in the events industry, the stretch tents were kind of a perfect solution to a marquee, whereas they're already, straight out of the packet. They're aesthetically pleasing. They're really robust in high winds. They can be fast to install and fast to take down, and they also come in a variety of different colours and sizes.
You've also experienced growth in the schools market as well in recent years. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. We, just as much as we've been growing with the hospitality industry, we've seen ourselves offering a lot of outdoor solutions for schools too. A lot of schools in Ireland, from what my understanding is, are actually, accommodating too many people, too many students than the school was actually designed to take. So again, I think the pandemic kind of opened up a lot of doors, asked a lot of questions to how, school days can be improved for students. Outdoor classrooms is becoming a lot more popular, like covered walkways, which are generally needed, if it's a brutal day in Ireland, and you can imagine an overpopulated school being crammed with people, sickness and whatever will just spread like rampant throughout the school. So I think that's one of the main reasons why people are becoming to look at, or a lot of schools are looking to optimise their outdoor space as well.
And what are the current challenges facing your own business?
There's plenty of them, Karl. I suppose definitely recruitment, I think, is quite a tricky one. The events industry in itself can be a difficult one to get right. Seeing that it is so seasonal, you still have to keep. You want to ensure you've got, especially in the kind of temporary structure, sector that we'd be focusing on. You need to be working with guys who have good experience and are focused on delivering excellent quality work. But the fact that the industry is so seasonal, it's hard to it's hard to be able to keep on the same size team that you'd have in the summer throughout the whole year without recurring a loss. So that's one we're still trying to get our head around.
And one area that you're focusing on to be able to overcome that is by introducing a creative department in the business.
A department that's assisting in both of our events wing and our commercial wing, and it generally focuses on bits of carpentry, welding, electrics, say sign making, kind of custom, bespoke, one-off requests from clients, and which have just started to become busier and busier over the last couple of years once we finally got it right. And so it's definitely a growing side of the business.
And Eoin, finally, talk to us about your approach to innovation.
Well, I absolutely love the innovation. Within the company, we've started to introduce what I refer to as TIM meetings, and that stands for Training, Innovation, and Maintenance. It's more so focused on the events department, because as I have mentioned, it's important to keep improving year on year with the events department. Seeing that it is so seasonal, you can within the downtime, you can kind of see let's say the momentum kind of can pause, and you can kind of slip up and forget the errors that you've made. So we constantly looking to improve on our errors and our processes throughout the year. So that's something I'm really trying to introduce into the team going forward.
Well, if you've just tuned in, that was Eoin McArdle from BILD Tents and Structures, and I'd like to thank Eoin for providing us with an insight into this unique business.
Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick.